Why is this playing? And why does she have a red fairy? Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Zelda. Sorry that I started on the screen today. So, guess who forgot to save? So I spent 40 minutes cleaning up everything, making sure that I got everything needed, and now I am here. With like a second recording. And I did notice a thing though, that happened. Which was that my Navi to Saria turned red. Of course I can backwalk. And sadly, it's not really what I wanted to happen, but I had to replay. And now you'll have to also wait for it to turn daytime? But instead, we're gonna go into here. And we are just gonna accept that it's nighttime. On the first time we are visiting Kakariko. Sadly, like usually our first visit is usually during the day when there's music. But sadly, here we are at night. And honestly, can't really blame me for this. The fact I had to like redo everything and get some spiders and etc. so that I wasn't so far off when it actually come to playing. But no, we'll grab most of the sculptural hairs and maybe we get lucky and we'll have enough. I don't think so. Maybe. But yeah, Kakariko during nighttime is kind of sad because there's no music here, but kind of used to that. Now the 10 spider reward is not what I want, but it's part of it. Sadly. So here we are. Getting less spiders. So our first destination that we want to be going is up the mountain. Up a place called Death Mountain. And God, honestly, that place is nothing but death, chaos and destruction. Now coming up here is something I don't normally do. There is a minigame here in the graveyard involving a guy called Dampe, and he walks around. There is a chance he can find you a heart piece. It's like 1 in 20. But let's try our luck. See if I get any luck. But I'm not a bad guy. Let me give you an advertisement for my side business. Dampus Gravekeepers are punning grave digging tour. Sometimes you get lucky, other times, well, you don't. Did not get lucky. Well then, we have to wait for him to go to the next spot and have him dig there too. I'm just gonna do this once, but in the future, I'm going to have him dig more spots, unless I completed on this dig though. Which I doubt. Now, of course, Dampe is gonna be an absolute clown. I spent 5 years walking, because fastest man alive. Nope. What does this grave say? Nothing. But we will be pushing this grave. And remember the shield in the shop that I showed you could buy? Well, you can technically loot it for free here. Funny enough. So now if you ever need a shield, you know exactly where to get it. But in today's episode, I wanted to talk about the future of my channel. Like, my Let's Plays are kinda half-assed. Well, they're not half-assed, they're like, not as energy filling as I want them to be. And I want them to be more entertaining, to the point where I will actually put extra effort into it, and I figured out the perfect plan. So I'm gonna be working on the voice, of course. Sounded like surprised or like, it's like, what the hell is happening now? Oh, oh my god, the shit. This is what happens when you play Zelda's Lullaby in the graveyard. But where does that lead us to? Only time can tell. But enough of that. So I've been also thinking about what kind of people I should work with, and honestly, I had a friend in mind that I wanted to work with, but like seeing how the respond is half-assed and everything in a conversation, I've decided to change that plan and just not, because there are better things than to working with someone who's half-assing it and whatever. If you think you know who the person is, you probably don't. So these enemies there are annoying. They're called redeads, and if they look at you, they paralyze you, just like so. And there is a secret you can do with them. Like, they'll hear you coming, walking, but like, if you like walk slow like that, they cannot see you because they can't hear you, because they're technically blind. And those guys will grab you and hump you. And yeah, give peace to the living dead. This is an interesting poem, huh? Something inscribed on the tombstone. It's a secret melody of the Composer Brothers. Keep the sun song in your heart. There is a trivia about how to get this without doing the Zelda things. And I require you to talk to the Composer Brothers, who technically look like Mario and Luigi. And they'll tell you that they composed the song. And also, did you see the Link was in the cutscene? He was standing right near Dampé. Because whenever you see the fairy, that means Link is there. Because no person without a fairy can be in there. Now let's see if I can just walk slowly. As you see, I can just pass him. Like, he won't see me unless I start running. Then he saw me. And I used to be terrified shitless by those enemies as a kid. Because, you know, zombies in a Zelda game. Now, when I talked about a certain person and the whole, of course, that shitbag is here. When I talked about that, I was talking about the 97 Space World demo for Ocarina of Time, which involved a lot of cool things like, see, is it this one? I think it's this one. Involved a lot of old maps and cool things you can do for like Ocarina of Time, like things they removed. But sadly, removed stuff are removed indefinitely, but they do exist. They managed to find the files for it, and I want to showcase each map, but I've decided to do the end of the play session of the child side, if I still remember, that is. If I don't put it at the end of the child side, you guys gotta remind me about it. Because, oops, someone forgot. And for those that wonder, if you think the person I'm mentioning is Stellar Steel, then no, that is not the person I was talking about. Stellar Steel is cool and all, but he was not the person I was informing about when I talked about Zelda. I don't expect the other person to watch it either, but I'm not gonna name drop. I mean, I'm not stupid. Just a little bit, but I'm not stupid. Now we are at Kakariko during daytime. So you see this chick here who's crying. She's lost all her Kukos. So what you should do is gather up all the Kukos and then talk to her, and she will have a secret item for you. Now they're all hidden across the village here. Same place every time. And if you do this every time, you'll basically get like 50 rupees when you already have said item. Now this minigame is known for many, those who speedrun it, because, you know, say speedrunner heavy game. And a lot of things they like involves a bottle. And I think I should stop myself. No, I think I'm gonna reel it. So helping her out gives you a Master Sword. Yes, she gives you the Master Sword. No, she gives you a bomb bag. She gives you an item on B. And ends on Le. If you think you know what that item is, shoot. But basically, we need it. Well, we don't need it, but it's really handy to have, because it's such a nice item. I always go for it, because I am crazy like that. Now, in this game, there's a lot of hidden items that involve secret pits. I don't really send you anywhere, but like, I call secret pits for a reason. And most of them, you can't really get to. Or like, most of them you just need to bomb up. And it is a Zelda game, so me getting a bomb bag, it's not really a spoiler, but I don't expect anyone to watch this. We've never played this, unless, of course, there are some people that have. But then again, I don't recommend it. Now, I'm gonna show you something that's very out of sequence. Because there's a certain NPC you can only talk to as an adult. You can also talk to him as a kid, but, you know, he has the same dialogue as adult and kid. You see the guy on the roof? Now, if you side hop here, you should land on the fence or grab position. You can talk to him, and he'll give you a piece of heart for your effort. That's an adult-only piece of heart. Now, I have a lot of memes according to this guy. Like, he's the real bad guy. Like, he's real evil. Trust me. Now, this is the one way to get this chicken, but there's another way that a lot of people use, which require to stand on those standing uphill there and just glide over. But like the way I do it, you save yourself a lot of headache, and at a later time I'll go down a grotto, or maybe not. In a randomizer there could be an item there. This is just a normal miser, so you'll find nothing but the thrashing down there. Now we finish up doing the work fully lady. We are going to talk to her. Oh. And that be the end of that. Now, there is one thing I can do that I do often, which is getting up to the balcony using the chicken, but I think this time around I won't. And there we go, we got an empty bottle. And you should listen to her when she says don't tease my chicken. Which means do not stab them, whatever you do. Now the last thing I wanted to talk about, before I forget about it, is the Nintendo Direct that was recently shown. Now a lot of people get to play a lot of old Zelda games on Nintendo Switch Online, because we got the Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. Which means we have access to Link's Awakening, DX, and sadly, Link's a Minish mask, Minish cap. That's it. No, Minish mask. Well, let's see. Okay, this is Link. He's under my order to save Hyrule. What kind of funny game has our princess come up with now? Okay, alright, you can go now. Just be alright. Just be careful, Mr. Hero. Now this guy, he's my favorite NPC in the game because he does something later that just baffled me. By the way, Mr. Hero, if you're going to climb the Death Mountain, you should equip a proper shield. Should be an active volcano it's an active volcano after all. Go back to Hyrule Castle. You should check out the bazaar. They sell the shield you needed there. Tell them I sent you and they should give you a special discount. You think you're good enough to go already? Well, don't worry about it. Now I'd like to ask a favor of you. No, I don't need you to. No, I don't expect you to do it because you're just because of the great tip I gave you. I'm just asking. Have you been to the Happy Mask shop that just opened up at Hyrule Castle Town Market? No one's talking about it. My little boy passes me for a popular mask, but I don't have the time to go there. So could you go and get the mask for me next time you're in market? If you don't feel like it, that's okay, but, well, I have no choice. This is my job. I am maskless. Man, anxiety, man, depressing. Maskless. Sigh. Anyway, enough of that. Welcome to Death Mountain, a place where you can only find dead people and broken dreams. Me? I like this place because there's so much you can do here. You can talk to the locals who are a first entry appearing called the Gorons, and you would assume right that they're morons because they're made of rocks, but no, they love to turn into boulders and roll, and they often explode. But what I like to do is look sideways here, do like a backflip, just make sure it doesn't say grab. And you get a piece of heart earlier than you shouldn't have gotten. Oh, completed a heart. Whoops. Well, that was unexpected. Now, there's a good reason. I don't talk to him. There's a good reason to go back up here. Because we have to talk to the local leader of the Goron. And his name is called Darunia. He is basically the king of the Gorons. But as you find out, like, the Gorons are simple people with simple ambitions. And they require you to do something I don't think you wanna do. They want you to rock hard. No. To get in there, you need to play the Zelda lullaby, because... No, actually, unless I use the letter. Yeah, no. Kid me wasn't smart. But when we pull out Ocarina, it's like... Gives you a prompt. And if you remember, this song has special properties. One of them can show you what it does, but... this time around, we found out that the leader of the Gorons is indeed a Goron. And he has pots. One has a stick. And the other one has a 20 rupee. Or a stick. Because the game loves teasing you. What the heck? Who are you? When I heard the song of the royal family, I expected their messenger had arrived, but you're just a little kid. Has Darunia, the big boss of Gorons, really become of so much status to be treated like this by his sworn brother, the king? Now I'm really angry. Get out of my face now. Are you asking me why I'm in such a bad mood right now? Ancient creatures have infested the Donga's cavern. We have a poor harvest of our special crop, bomb flowers. Starvation and hunger because of the rock shortage. But this is a Goron problem. We don't need help from any strangers. but I'll be taking some fire. Hope you don't mind. As you can tell, the Gorons have their own problems. It's not like people problem if you ask me. Now we're gonna need this. And if you pull out your sword, you can basically save your stick so it doesn't blow up. Now we're gonna go into that shop maybe another time, but not today. We have one final thing we need to do before I can end the episode. And sadly today it's kinda a short episode, because I don't feel like recording 20 more minutes. And you know how it is. There's a lot to do. There's a lot of things to do. And it involves blowing up these rocks. Now you're probably wondering where I am now. And let me tell you, welcome to the Lost Woods. Aww. Wasn't hoping to see you. Good to see you again. Listen to this, hoot hoot. After going through the Lost Woods, you'll come up on the Sacred Forest Meadow. That is a sacred place where a few people have ever walked. Shh, what's that? Can you hear a mysterious tune? You should listen for that tune too. Ho ho ho. Wanna hear what it said again? No, sorry, I'm listening to the tune. If you're courageous, you'll make it through the forest just fine. Just follow your ears and listen to the sound coming from the forest. Hoot hoot. Now, you don't have to listen to what he says because he's full of shit. Now, what you need to look at is each entrance has a graphic. I mean, you could also listen though to tell it's going this way, but if you look at the entrance, you can tell that one here is kind of has like a light at the end, and the one that leads you forward doesn't. So take here for example. That one has a light, that one does not. Also, I'm lame, so I'm just gonna turn the day. And with that, thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'm sorry for a waste of time. I was gonna talk more about the Nintendo Direct. The only game I care about I saw there was Fantasy Life. Super hyped for that. And the Game Boy Advance stuff and Game of Color was pretty fun. I just hope we get Link to the Past with the 4 swords attached to it. And I have already chosen someone to play it with. And someone to not play with, because I'm gonna be like that. Anyway, hope you guys liked today's episode, and I'll see you next time.